everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my absolute favorite video that I do every month, and we are going to be talking about the new releases that are coming out in May 2023. I always try to do this video a little bit early so that we can get our budgets together, we can put our holds in at the library before these books come out, and I am just so excited. There are some really good books coming out in May. I would say there's not as many coming out as like the past couple videos that I've done, which is kind of good. I feel like I've been overwhelmed by the amount of books that have been coming out and I don't know what to read, what to get. So I'm excited to kind of have a little less books to kind of sift through. There are still a lot. Don't get me wrong, there are still a lot. If you have never watched one of these videos before, hello, we do these every month. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss one. Like I said, another one will be coming out at the end of May for June. So it's just my favorite video. It's so much fun. And it's really just allowing me to look through books and deciding what I want to get. So without further ado, we are going to jump right into the books. So normally, I'm sure you guys all know that, but new books tend to come out on Tuesday. There is one that came out, is coming out on May 1st, which is very interesting. So we're going to talk about that first, and then we're going to get into the big dates, etc. So coming out on May 1st is a brand new thriller series called Something Bad Wrong by Eric Pruitt. And I really hate this title. I don't know why. There's something about it that I don't like it. But I love the premise because we're following a podcaster who is going to be following a cold case that originally was her grandfather's case. And there's outdated evidence, ulterior motives, and dark family secrets. So that's right up my alley for a thriller. I love that. The podcasting. You guys know I love a podcast thriller. So this is going to be an all-in for me. This is going to be one that I'll be reading hopefully right away. Now we are getting into the big release dates. This is May 2nd, 2023. And the first one coming out is going to be Lion's Legacy by Lev A.C. Rawson. Don't know exactly how to say that, I'm sorry. It is going to be the first book in a new series called Tennessee Russo, which sounds kind of interesting. This cover is really cool. It looks like it's some sort of shield with some rings on it, which is very interesting. So we're following our main character whose life is kind of falling apart, and he decides to go on a trip with his archaeology dad, which is really cool. I like that. And they are going to be trying to find the object of his father's latest quest, which is the rings of the sacred band of Thebes. Sounds really cool. So it says it's going to be set against the backdrop of a sunlit Greek landscape, and it's going to have adventure, romance, and magic. So very exciting. It says it's LGBTQ, young adult, new release, which is great. The next one coming out on May 2nd is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. It is going to be a cute rom-com, it looks like. It says when the owner of the local flower shop in Rome, Kentucky makes a questionable agreement with a tattooed bad boy, a delightful friends to lovers romance begins to bloom, from the author of When in Rome and The Cheat Sheet. I have not read either one of those. I've heard pretty good things, especially about When in Rome. So I'm very excited for this book. It sounds really cute. It's just a generic, if you love the bad boy kind of book, then you should read it kind of thing. The next one coming out on May 2nd is by Becky Albertalli. So this is a pretty big release. A lot of people are really excited about that. I loved Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda. Oh my gosh, I love that book so much. I didn't love the second one, so I haven't continued on in the series, but I'm interested to read more books by this author. So this one is called Imogen, obviously, and it's going to be following our main character Imogen, who identifies as hopelessly heterosexual, but she finds out that one of her best friends has been telling everybody at her college that they're actually dating. So she kind of has to figure out what's going on there, and if there's feelings, etc., things going on. So it sounds like a really cute coming of age story. And Becky Albertalli just knows how to write really emotional stories and like really feels like you're there with them. So I am so excited to check this one out. The next one coming out is a young adult thriller called Lying in the Deep by Diana Urban. I have read a Diana Urban before and it was good. I think it might have been her like first book coming out, so I'm really curious to see like where her writing has gone. And this one sounds really cool. Locked room mystery-esque thing that is happening on a cruise ship. A juicy mystery of jealousy, love, and betrayal set on a semester at sea inspired cruise ship with a diverse cast of delightfully suspicious characters who will leave you guessing with every jaw-dropping twist. Love the cover. This definitely seems like a really cool kind of like whodunit mystery, so I'm definitely in for this one. The next one coming out on May 2nd is a pretty big release. I feel like it came out of nowhere. Like I saw it one day on Amazon, and then a week later everybody is ordering it. Everyone's really excited talking about it because it's got this gorgeous special edition you can buy pretty much anywhere. And it's called Fourth Wing. It's going to be the first in a new series called The Empyrean, and it's by Rebecca Yarros. And you only need one little blurb. It says, "Enter the brutal and elite world of a war college for dragon riders." That's all I need to know. And like I said, the special edition, gorgeous. I'm actually really, really excited about this one. The next one coming out is going to be a Greek retelling, and man, I don't know how I feel about this one. I know a lot of people are very, very excited, but this one is going to be by Costanza Casati, and the book is Clytemnestra, and it's for fans of Madeline Miller's Cersei, a stunning debut following Clytemnestra, the most notorious villainess of the ancient world, and the events that forged her into the legendary queen. I hated Cersei, so that as like the opening thing, I'm just like, do I want to read this? Do I want to read this? So this one's kind of on the back burner for me, but I know a lot of people are very, very, very excited about this. And I do like the aspect of notorious villainess. I think that is really interesting. So I'm not saying 100% I won't read this, but it's definitely not like priority for me. The next one coming out is called Margo Zimmerman Gets the Girl by Brianna R. Shroom and Sarah Waxelbaum. And it is going to be a young adult, cute romance, LGBTQ+. And we're following our main character, Margo, who is gay, but more recent. So she's trying to figure out what all this is about, and she's nervous, so she wants to get help from a person who has been out and proud for a long time. And obviously this could be like romance kind of thing going on. So it seems like just a really fun, cozy, cute LGBTQ+ romance, young adult romance. All right, next one is our first horror book. I tried really hard to find some horror. I feel like there's not that many that I was able to find coming out. If you find more horror, definitely let me know down below because I definitely want to read more horror. This one is called The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Carr, I think. This one is following a mermaid who weds a prince, but what the fables forget is that mermaids have teeth, and now her daughters have devoured the kingdom and burned it to ashes. The mermaid is joined by a mysterious plague doctor with a darkness of their own. So it sounds cool, sounds weird. I love the cover. The cover is gorgeous. The cover looks so cool. So I'm excited to see exactly what this one is about. It says it's a horror fantasy, which is different. Oh, it says it's a novella. 112 pages. Interesting. Okay, I'm glad I saw that because I would have been surprised when I went to check it out and it's only 112 pages. That's cool. I'm excited to read more novellas. The next one out does seem like it's going to be kind of a big release. It's by Amy Kaufman and it's called The Isles of the Gods. And this cover is so pretty. Oh my gosh, whoever the artist is who did this, stunning. Literally stunning. This is going to be a young adult fantasy romance, and it's even tagged as saying pirates, which is interesting. This says, magic, romance, and slumbering gods clash in the start of a riveting fantasy series that spans gangsters' dens, forgotten temples, and the high seas, from the New York Times bestselling author of The Aurora Cycle. So that sounds pretty good. The slumbering gods thing and forgotten temples and high seas. I think that sounds really, really interesting. And I've liked Amy Kaufman's work so far, so I'm very excited for this one. The next one coming out seems very interesting. This one's called The Daydreams by Laura Hankin. And it is a contemporary fiction, so this is one of the few on here. And it is following a deliciously entertaining novel about the stars of a popular teen show from the early 2000s and the reunion special 13 years after their scandalous flameout that will either be their last chance at redemption or destroy them all for good. I think this sounds really good. I love anything that has to do with celebrity. I just love it. I don't know what it is. I'm obsessed with it. So I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. The next one, like I just said, I love anything celebrity. This one's called Did You Hear About Kitty Carr by Crystal Smith Paul. This one sounds so good. There's something about this that is very Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I'm really excited about, but we're following a Black Hollywood character, which is amazing. It says a multi-generational saga that traverses the Jim Crow South, the glamour of old Hollywood, and the seductive draw of present-day showbiz, as secrets split a family tree into black, white, and something in between. This is just, yeah, I am so excited. The cover of this is stunning. Yet again, I feel like the covers are just So good, so good. So I cannot wait for this one. I'm so excited. The next one coming out is called Lose You to Find Me by Eric J. Brown. And we're following our main character, Tommy, who is trying to go to a culinary school, but he needs a recommendation letter. So to get this recommendation letter, he has to train the new hire, who turns out to be like his old crush. And it just sounds so cute. I'm so excited. This says it's a young adult romance, which is interesting because I thought they look a little older, but whatever. I don't care. It's cute. I'm excited. And the last one coming out on May 2nd that I have, at least. Again, if I've missed one, definitely tell me in the comments down below so that I know stuff that's coming out. This is called Liar's Beach by Katie Catuno. And this is a fresh new take on Agatha Christie's classic murder mystery. It's going to be a young adult mystery thriller. And it's a retelling of the mysterious affair at Styles, which I actually haven't read. It casts Hercule Poirot as a brash teen girl named Holiday and narrated by her childhood friend Lyndon. So that's interesting. I'm very curious how they're going to do this because, I mean, Agatha Christie is very big in the mystery world, obviously. So I feel like that's a lot to live up to, but it could be really fun. I feel like it's good to like redo these kind of classic mysteries and make them just like more relevant to now. So I think this could be really, really cool, and I'm excited to read this. I am curious about it being a young adult though. I wonder how that will change it. So that is everything that is coming out on May 2nd. I do have one that is coming out on May 4th because technically the next big release date is May 9th. So coming out on May 4th is called Bitterthorn by Kat Dunn. I have not read Kat Dunn's other books. I have heard of them. I think they're released by Illumicrate or Fairy Loot in a set. I don't remember, but this cover looks really, really cool. And it says it's a queer fantasy romance, young adult. And it says we're going to be following the main character, Mina, who lives in Bloomwald, which is a town overshadowed by an ancient curse, a sinister castle in the depths of the wild woods. Mina offers herself up to the witch in the woods and has to do things. I don't know. That's all I know. There's not like a ton on here about what this book is about. But it sounds cool. I like anything that has witches. So coming out on May 9th, our first book is going to be I'm Not Supposed to Be in the Dark by Riss Nielsen. This cover. I love it. I love the purple. I love it so much. And this sounds really, really cool. It's from the author of Deep in Providence comes a paranormal young adult romance that follows a teen convinced that her best friend turned enemy is possessed by a ghost, perfect for fans of White Smoke and Twilight. It's interesting to put Twilight in there. I feel like none of that was even remotely like Twilight, but that does sound really, really cool. Romance, possessed ghost kind of thing going on. It says young adult horror. I'm definitely in for this one. The next one coming out on May 9th is The Iron Vow. This is for everybody who is reading the Iron Fae series. I have not even read the first one. I have it. I just haven't read it. So this is going to be the finale of the Iron Fae Evenfall series. That's all I'm going to say about it. Just know it's coming out on May 9th. The next one coming out is called Breakup Makeup. I feel like there's a lot of really good, like, cute romances coming out. This is by Stacey Anthony, and it says it's Glow Up meets Comic-Con in this bold, queer, second chance romance where a special effects makeup artist must compete against their ex-boyfriend in a unique makeup and cosplay competition to win the scholarship of their dreams and maybe their ex's heart. That sounds so cute. I love competition things, especially if the competition is like really in there. I'm so excited. This one sounds so cute. And this is young adult, it says it's listed as. Okay, I've definitely been trying to read more graphic novels. This one is also coming out on May 9th. This is the last one coming out on May 9th that I have. It's called The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich, and it is a graphic novel, romance, young adult book. A funny, heartfelt young adult romance about finding love and lots of grilled cheese sandwiches in the place you least expect from rising talent Dea Muniz. This sounds just so cute. Like I said, I've been looking for more graphic novels. I'm really excited that more people are coming out with the graphic novels, more people are reading them. So I'm just like chasing that heartstopper feeling, and I really hope that this is it. All right, I have one that is coming out on May 11th. It is called The Book That Wouldn't Burn. People have definitely been talking about this one because this cover is gorgeous. It's going to be the first in the Library trilogy. So obviously Book Talk and book people are talking about this one. And it's so pretty. It's like a huge library on the cover. It's so pretty. So it says that this one is going to be an adult fantasy fiction book. It says a boy has lived his whole life trapped within a vast library older than empires and larger than cities. A girl has spent hers in a tiny settlement out on the dust where nightmares stalk and no one goes. The world has never even noticed them. That's about to change. That's all I want to know. I'm really excited about this one. And I literally can't. I can't with this cover. It's so pretty. May 16th is our next big date that books are coming out on, and there's definitely some big heavy hitters coming out on May 16th. First, we're starting with the Christina Lauren release, The True Love Experiment. I know a lot of people are really, really excited about this one coming out. It says sparks fly when a romance novelist and a documentary filmmaker join forces to craft the perfect Hollywood love story and take both of their careers to the next level. Yeah, I feel like I don't have to say any more about that. It's going to be a cute romance. The next one coming out is called The Enchanted Hacienda. This is another one that I'm obsessed with the cover. J.C. Cervantes and Juniper Cervantes. Oh, that's cool. Writing duo. It says it's going to be a fantasy, magical realism, adult fiction romance are the tags. So we're going to be following our main character, Harlow, who has been fired from her job. Her boyfriend turned out to be a jerk, and she runs away back to her home, the Enchanted Hacienda Estrada. And it's going to be about her family, and I don't know. This one could be really, really emotional, so I'm nervous for this one, but it sounds so cute at the same time. The next one coming out, I really, really like this cover. It's very ominous. It's called We'll Never Tell by Wendy Hurd. This is a young adult mystery thriller. And it says it's an ambitious and juicy whodunit doused in Hollywood lore, perfect for readers of sexy summer thrillers like The Twin by Natasha Preston and The Agathas by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. So that's kind of, again, all I need to know about this one. That sounds really good. I tend to really like young adult mystery thrillers, especially like whodunits. Very excited. The next one coming out, I feel like I don't have to keep saying this. The cover. The cover is so cool, and it's like bright green. And there's not often that you get like these bright, bright, bright colors, and that green looks so cool, and I love the creepy feeling of it. This is a young adult horror fantasy paranormal. St. Juniper's Folly by Alex Crespo. Cemetery Boys meets The Haunting of Bly Manor in this spellbinding debut. Alex Crespo's queer haunted house mysteries, equal parts spine-tingling thrills, a celebration of found family, and must-read for paranormal romance fans. That's all I'm going to leave. I don't want to say anymore. I don't want to know anymore. I just want to go into this one blind. It looks so good. This is a young adult horror, All the Dead Lie Down by Kiri McCauley. The Haunting of Bly Manor meets House of Salt and Sorrows. I feel like a lot of horror books are using The Haunting of Bly Manor because people were obsessed with it. So it kind of gets like views and people want to read it. And it looks like we're following our main character, Marin, who receives an offer from Alice as a nanny position at Lovelace House, a family coastal Maine estate. She accepts and she goes to the manor, and obviously weird things are going to start happening. So very excited. The next one I feel like is a pretty big release. I feel like I've heard a lot of people talking about this one. Fake Dates and Mooncakes by Cher Lee. Heartstopper meets Crazy Rich Asians in this heartfelt, joyful paperback original rom-com that follows an aspiring chef who discovers the recipe for love is more complicated than it seems when he starts fake dating a handsome new customer. It looks so cute, and I really like the artwork on the cover, and of course it's a corgi. Like, I gotta read books with dogs in them. I love it. The next one coming out, I'm not really gonna say much about it because it is a second book in a series, Little Thieves series. Painted Devils by Margo Owen is coming out on May 16th, so if you guys were looking out for that one, that is coming out then. And of course, I feel like I don't have to say that much about this book. Everybody is foaming at the mouth for this book. Yellowface by R.F. Kuang comes out May 16th. Very exciting. I have not read Babel yet. There's so much hype around it that I haven't read it yet. And this one's getting as much hype, but for a different reason. This book sounds wild, and it sounds like it's definitely going to offend a lot of people, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun book. What's the harmonious pseudonym? New York Times bestselling sensation Juniper Song is not who she says she is. She didn't write the book she claims she wrote, and she is most certainly not Asian American in this chilling and hilariously cutting novel from R.F. Kuang in the vein of White Ivy and the Other Black Girl. And it's basically following... so interesting. It's following a white author who steals the work of an Asian author and uses a pseudonym that makes her seem Asian. And it's very, very interesting, and it's gonna have a lot of commentary in it, and it sounds like it's going to be probably one of the best books of the year. I have a feeling about it. It's gonna be one of the most talked about books of the year. So that's a really, really big, exciting release. The next one coming out is called The Court of the Undying Seasons by A.M. Strickland. This is my last one I have for May 16th. And it says it's Sarah J. Maas meets A Deadly Education in A.M. Strickland's lush, queer, young adult, dark fantasy novel. In becoming a vampire, I'm less a girl and more, or maybe I'm becoming what I always have been deep inside, a blade. I don't love this cover. So we're gonna see. I feel, I can't imagine Sarah J. Maas meets A Deadly Education. Like, I literally can't picture that. I read both books, like, read all of Sarah J. Maas books, and I've read A Deadly Education. I literally can't picture it. So I don't know if this is, like, trying to get people, like, attention for the book by using that. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see about that one. May 23rd, we are starting with Four Found Dead by Natalie Richards. At the movie theater where Joe works, the last show has ended, but the nightmare is just beginning. This is going to be a young adult thriller, kind of slasher, it seems, kind of thing going on. Seems fun, locked room kind of thing going on. The next one is an adult thriller mystery called The Senator's Wife by Liv Constantine, a DC philanthropist, can't say that word, suspects that her seemingly perfect employee is secretly plotting to steal her husband, her reputation, even her life, in the seductive novel of a psychological suspense from the internationally best-selling author of The Last Mrs. Parrish. Something about this reminds me a little bit of The Housewife, or The Housemaid. Was it The Housemaid? What was The Housemaid? It sounds something about it. So I'm excited about this. I really like the cover. I think it's really cool looking. This cover. Oh my gosh. The second I saw this cover, I was like, the artwork. This is called A Starlet Secret to a Sensational Afterlife by Kendall Culper. And it says a budding starlet and her handsome but moody co-star go from bitter enemies to reluctant partners when they get tangled up in the disappearance of a beautiful young actress in 1930s Hollywood. Everything about that just sounds so good. I'm really excited. It says it's a young adult historical fiction, but obviously there's like some murder mystery things going on in it. And the last one I have for May 23rd is The Chateau. Huge release by Jacqueline Goldis. Everyone is talking about this one. A dream girl's trip to a luxurious French chateau devolves into a deadly nightmare of secrets and murder in this stylish, twisty thriller for fans of Lucy Foley, Ruth Ware, and Lisa Jewell. Yeah, I don't want to know anything more about this one just because this is going to be a big one, and I definitely want to read it. The cover's so cool. The cover's so ominous. I love it. And we are on to our last date, May 30th. The Girl Next Door by Cecilia Vaness. Film Club nerd Cleo's senior year was like a storyboard waiting to be filmed. She knew the scenes, the players, and the eventual happy ending. Attend film school with her boyfriend, become a filmmaking power couple, take Hollywood by storm. But obviously that's not what happens. So very excited for this one. I really like the color palette, color scheme on the cover. Says it's a young adult contemporary romance. So excited for that one. Oh man, everybody's waiting for this one. Cherish by Tracy Wolff, number 6 in the Crave series. Finally ending. This is the last book. This is exciting. I have so many books still to read in that series. She just kept coming out with more. And that's all I can say about it, obviously, because it's the 6th book in a series. The next one coming out is called The Celebrants by Stephen Rowley. This one sounds interesting. This is the same author as The Guncle, which I have not read. I actually really wanted to. I just kind of forgot about it. But yeah, I'm really excited about this one but I'm nervous. It could be kind of emotional. Basically, a big group of people are coming who were college friends. They're going to come hang out together, and they're having a reunion, and they have to talk about life, etc. So this one is like way out of my comfort zone, but I also like the idea of it, and the covers are really pretty. I'm such a sucker for covers, man. The next one coming out is a very big release. A lot of people have been waiting for this. This is called The Witch King by Martha Wells. This is the same author as the Murderbot series, I believe, which is hilarious. I'm curious if this is going to be more serious or funny like the Murderbot series. But this is going to be a fantasy adult science fiction book. After being murdered, his consciousness dormant and unaware of the passing of time while confined in an elaborate water trap, Kai wakes to find a lesser mage attempting to harness Kai's magic to his own advantage. Sounds fun. There's something about it that just sounds really fun. So I'm very excited for this one. I just love the premise and I love the idea. And I'm excited to read a full-length novel by this author since I've only read some of the Murderbot series. And the last one that I have for May is called Her Good Side by Rebecca Weatherspoon. And like I said, it's coming out on May 30th, and it's going to be a cute romance young adult book that is going to be following 2 awkward teens who decide to practice dating in order to be good at the real thing. Perfect for fans of Nicola Yoon and Jenny Han. So yeah, I love fake dating. I love fake dating. This sounds really, really cute. And that's really all I gotta say about it. So those are the books that are coming out in May. If I missed any, make sure to put it down below because I don't know what's coming out. This is what I know is coming out. So I need to know all the books coming out. So I hope you guys found some new books that you're excited about. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys join me for the next one next month. That's all I got for you guys in this one. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and make sure you comment down below. I need to know those books that are coming out. And I'll see you guys in the next video.